Is it really a derby? Way out here? They say derbies are two teams, one city, only. Places where you can't help seeing the foe's kits on your neighbor, on a bus, in your pub, rivalry forced by proximity. But along the Camino Real, we're defined by distance, so we paint with broader strokes, deeper blues, brighter yellows. The Royal Road may run north to south, but what we see on it is east to west. Lines that stretch across the sky forever. Turns out that's not far enough. From the moment Locomotive FC and New Mexico United first met, their matches have been battles.
Sandoval, the Kings of Chaos, New Mexico United.
Ball to Solignac, and he fires it home.
The urge to win.
Knocked in,
To crow.
Terror stuck by Sandoval, bouncing around, and that is the equalizer.
To flex.
Lays it off, and it's Greg Hurst.
Because it's not how far apart you are, it's how far apart you feel.
And there it is! It's the equalizer from Cabrera!
266 miles might as well be a closet. So the answer is yes. It is the Derby del Camino Real.
It is great to be back in the booth, and it's been a minute. Actually, a lot more than a minute, more like a month. Hey, everybody, Duke Keith here at Southwest University Park, and it is a doozy as Locomotive returns to Southwest University Park versus their arch rivals, New Mexico United. It is the third Derby del Camino Real already this year, and Locomotive doing quite nicely, though. They've been on the road, undefeated in their last three matches. That includes their Jägermeister Cup victory in penalties over Texoma FC. And as we take a look at some of the highlights from that match, that win over Texoma, the second time in three matches El Paso's won on penalties. They also did it on the road in round 3 of the Open Cup. That was April 16th versus this same New Mexico United team. Andy Cabrera scores the equalizer in the dying embers of added time, then scored the winning penalty to push El Paso into round 4 of the Open Cup versus Austin. It was Los Locos' first Derby win in 2 seasons, but came with a lot of key players on both sides held out of the match. Tonight, in an important league showdown, El Paso head coach Wilmer Cabrera says both sides will look much more like their true selves.
We've been alternating the roster, and that is something that is not easy to do it. And you see, if you compare, when they play, they don't change. When we play, we change a lot. So we have more availability of players and possibility.
That Open Cup win over United means Los Locos will play MLS side Austin FC in round 4 of the Open Cup on May 7th. First things, though, tonight, El Paso looking to beat its arch rival again. And the first home match in a month would be a great time to do it. That is easier said than done to a team, for a team, a United squad that's out to a very hot start under first-year head coach Dennis Sanchez. United has been stout defensively. Just 6 goals allowed across all competitions this season. Also tied for the league lead in clean sheets. They haven't allowed a goal in a championship match since March 15th. Nearly 400 minutes of game action. They've been opportunistic, too, scoring goals and clutch. 4 of their wins have come thanks to goals scored in the 70th minute or later. And in a rivalry match, sometimes all it takes is that one special moment, which makes this a contrast of styles. While United likes to pinch a goal and defend, El Paso wants a higher scoring affair. Locomotive already 22 goals across all competitions this year, including a club record 13 in the first 4 home matches. In its first game inside the Southwest University Park in almost a month, they hope the home cooking will lead to a high-octane offensive attack. So, what happens tonight? Does Locomotive keep chugging along with the momentum of the last few weeks, or does the train slow down in the Derby del Camino Real? 2025 USL Championship Soccer coming up next.
Southwest Auto Glass has been the Borderlands leader in glass repair since 1992. Reliable and proven service with a team of experts who give you the best value in the auto glass industry. When it's time to get your vehicle back on the road, trust Southwest Auto Glass. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Southwest Auto Glass, your glass installation experts. Call us today or find us online at southwestautoglass.com.
In the blink of an eye, an accident can lead to a traumatic brain injury. These injuries may not be visible, but their impact can last a lifetime. Every year, countless victims suffer from TBIs, facing challenges like memory loss, mood changes, and difficulty in daily activities. If you or a loved one has experienced a TBI due to someone else's negligence, you deserve justice. Call Carter Law Firm right now for a free consultation.
On Saturday, May 10th, Paso Speedway Park celebrates Mother's Day weekend with an unforgettable night of racing. First 200 moms through the gates will receive a flower courtesy of Flowerland. On track, SH Automotive Pure Stocks, Extreme Landscaping Stock Cars, John Stone Supply Super Trucks, Anthony Sosa Roofing Late Models, and Rancho Milagro A-Mods battle it out. Gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 7:30 p.m. Mother's Day weekend, Paso Speedway Park. Racing doesn't get any better than this.
blink of an eye, an accident can lead to a traumatic brain injury. These injuries may not be visible, but their impact can last a lifetime. Every year, countless victims suffer from TBIs, facing challenges like memory loss, mood changes, and difficulty in daily activities. If you or a loved one has experienced a TBI due to someone else's negligence, you deserve justice. Call Carter Law Firm right now for a free consultation.
On Saturday, May 10th, Paso Speedway Park celebrates Mother's Day weekend with an unforgettable night of racing. First 200 moms through the gates will receive a flower courtesy of Flowerland. On track, SH Automotive Pure Stocks, Extreme Landscaping Stock Cars, John Stone Supply Super Trucks, Anthony Sosa Roofing Late Models, and Rancho Milagro A-Mods battle it out. Gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 7:30 p.m. Mother's Day weekend, Paso Speedway Park. Racing doesn't get any better than this.
Pack and Ship Express can help with any printing needs, big or small. Our team has the expertise and state-of-the-art technology to print posters or banners, as well as flyers, brochures, and business cards. Need something ASAP? Pack and Ship offers deadline printing, so if you need something fast, Pack and Ship Express can help. Pack and Ship Express, so much more than shipping, at 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center. Find us online at packandshipep.com.
Heart of the Desert Pistachios. Tradition you can taste. Visit our stores in Mesilla, Las Cruces, and just north of Alamogordo, paired with our award-winning wine. Shop now at heartofthedesert.com.
Pistachios, the international language of love. From the heart of the New Mexican desert to wherever your love takes you. Heartofthedesert.com. Perfect for those you love.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
This week on USL All Access, we talk the big winners from Week 1 of Jägermeister Cup. We're also going to preview Sunday's nationally televised match between Oakland Roots and Sacramento Republic on CBS Sports Network. Liam O'Connell, technical director of USL Men's Pathway, joins us to talk the structural changes that have taken place at the youth level and how they're for the greater good of development in this country.
Southwest Auto Glass has been the Borderlands leader in glass repairs since 1992. Reliable and proven service with a team of experts who give you the best value in the auto glass industry. When it's time to get your vehicle back on the road, trust Southwest Auto Glass. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Southwest Auto Glass, your glass installation experts. Call us today or find us online at southwestautoglass.com.
I'm a 25-year truck driver. I've been driving for Rivas Enterprises for 6. I have 1 million miles. I'm home every weekend. The benefits and the respect that you get in this company is outstanding. If you're looking for a place to call home, call Rivas Enterprises.
He trabajado en otras compañías, pero desde que estoy trabajando para Rivas Enterprises siento que es la mejor compañía del Paso, Texas. El ambiente de trabajo, el compañerismo, los beneficios. Es un trabajo muy bonito aquí en Rivas Enterprises.
A mailbox with Pack and Ship Express gives you a real street address and the ability to receive packages from all carriers, not just the post office. Protect yourself against identity theft and protect your home address. No more porch pirates, no more missed deliveries, and you'll get email and text notifications when you receive a package. We have personal business and corporate mailboxes to meet your needs, plus 24-hour access. It's all at Pack and Ship Express, 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center.
Hello, check. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's cool. Here, let's do this. Hold on. There we go. Cool. Check. Yeah, absolutely. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, check. 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 There we go. Hello, check. 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 Hello, checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, check. They do. Okay, so are we live? Oh. Okay. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Interesting. Check. 1, 2. Check. Let's check 1, 2. No, that didn't. That took it completely out. That was like it took it completely out. Yeah, it might help. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm sure. Has to be an XLR cable in this mess somehow. Oh, Nats. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we got one. Perfect. There we go. Yeah. I hear it. It's on. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. No, I did not know that. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, check. Hello, check. Good. All right. Love it. Thank you, sir. Check 1, 2. Hello, check 1, 2. Hello, checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there we go. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. All right. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
New Mexico, 25 in, 27 out.
Thank you, sir. 25 in, 27 out. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check 1, 2. Welcome back, everybody. It is the second half. Duke Keith along for the ride with you. Happy to be joining you here from El Paso, Texas, the Sun City, for this third Derby del Camino Real of the season. The second in league play, of course, New Mexico, notably winning 1-0 on that Greg Hurst goal late versus El Paso. Locomotive taking the lead off of Andy Cabrera in the 12th minute. And El Paso has certainly looked the brighter of the two teams. What adjustments will Dennis Sanchez make? Here's Fernando. Plucked right off his foot. Excellent work by Gabi Torres. And here comes El Paso. Torres trying to outdistance the trouble. And draws the contact and the foul, and an immediate yellow card. Caution right out of the gate.
That's on Daniel Bruce, who was just subbed in at the half. So Bruce doesn't even get through the first minute of the second without going into the book. Bruce coming on to replace Thomas Pandeka, and I'm sure that has a little bit to do with the lack of productivity of the wings. Bruce can certainly bring that. Locomotive popped off the ball. Here is Seymour. Ricky Reese to challenge, and out for a New Mexico United throw. Well, happy you could join us. We had, of course, a number of audio difficulties here in the first half of play, but we are here in El Paso for this 20th overall Derby del Camino Real, the 18th in league play. Should be noted that in those 20 matches these two teams have played, there have been goals scored after the 75th minute in half of them. And here's Bruce. Out it comes, rolled, looking for Fernando, top of the box. Contact made to Roma. Will bring it down for Jamali Waite. Will blast it into touch. That challenge on Fernando. Has left, I believe that's Beto Avila, the worse for wear. No, that's Ricky Reese. So, almost calling for the training staff to come over. Reese shakes it off. Hard collision with the Brazilian. And Locomotive. It'll be a dropped ball as Jamali Waite played it into touch, but our referee tonight, Thomas Snyder, elected to blow the whistle. So the restart quickly. Wait, nice throw out. Torres, Ruiz, Robert Coronado. Little shake and bake by Moreno. Dribbles into the teeth of that New Mexico defense, and that is a foul. Moreno taken down and rolls in, but the contact made from the back looks like by Talon Maples, rather, as he was going for the ball. Actually, it might have been a Kale. And Locomotive will have the free kick on the restart to Frank DeRoma, who's been such a force for this Locomotive team in the defensive midfield. It'll be out now for a New Mexico United throw. Up over the top, Bruce trying to get loose. Wahab Akwe whistled for the foul. Well, Bruce may have gone into the book, but I think we're already seeing why he's in the lineup for Dennis Sanchez. Shout out to those United fans who might be listening in from Bosque Brewing Company. They're in Albuquerque. Plenty of the Curse and other United fans made the trip down south. We see them waving their flags in Section 216 here at Southwest University Park. Waite will play it to the right, and Akwe. Bounces around a bit. Locomotive, good keep by Torres, played in by Cabrera. To the far post and in, and it gets stuck in the back of the net. Unbelievable. Andy Cabrera with a brace of braces. All the way across it comes. Cabrera sorts it out and sticks it, literally sticks it, into the back corner of the far post. His second of the night, Andy Cabrera, gives Locomotive the 2-0 lead. Cabrera with his fourth to take the lead for the team. Wilmer Cabrera, happy to see his son healthy, enjoying his football, and indeed he has, feasting on New Mexico United for his second of the night. So well worked. Locomotive has just given United fits, but here's the man to try and change it, Daniel Bruce. Flag is up. A team high, 7 goals in all competitions, and in 4 straight games, which is a club record, before he was held off the score sheet versus Texoma FC last weekend in the Jägermeister Cup. But that is correct. Goals in the U.S. Open Cup. Here's Bruce trying to backheel it a little further up for Fernando. Could not make that count, and Locomotive will earn a throw. But Andy Cabrera giving Locomotive a 2-0 lead. One touch to settle and absolutely sticks it into the corner. Little of that El Paso dust that we've seen so much of coming up out of the netting as a result. Well, we are happy to be with you. We have survived audio difficulties in the first half. I am told we also survived a minor earthquake, which happened late in the first half of play here in El Paso. Don't know where the epicenter was. Certainly wasn't here. New Mexico United back at it. Good cover by Tomasi. Kofi Tomasi making sure to clear the danger. And here is Torres. Torres is double teamed, and that'll be a foul. And now things starting to heat up in the Derby del Camino Real. Fernando. Torres still down. Zico Bailey in on it as well. And the push by Fernando, and it looks like they've tripped up a bit. And Gabi Torres is still on the ground, and they will call out the team trainer for El Paso to come take a look. Gabi Torres has been such a real key to this Locomotive offense, but great cover defensively as well. Sara Costa, the head athletic trainer, on to take a look. Does give us an opportunity to let you know that you can enter the Brinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter today. Torres having to be helped to his feet, will have to exit the field, but up under his own steam, and that's good to see. Don't forget as well, USL on the CBS Sports Network kicks off May with a matchup of NorCal rivals, Oakland Roots SC taking on Sacramento Republic FC. That is happening tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Locomotive in the restart. Over the top. Looking but not able to find Avila. Beto Avila. Armando Moreno. Andy Cabrera. Gabi Torres. It's like a four-headed monster in midfield that Locomotive has absolutely feasted on United so far tonight. United had not allowed a goal in nearly 400 minutes. That lasted all of 12 in this one. And Alex Tambakis, who already has 4 clean sheets to pace the league so far, 2 away from setting the all-time USL Championship record. Locomotive doing their old teammate Evan Newton a favor. He still holds it for now. New Mexico United has looked a little brighter, trying to work his way around to no avail. Mackenzie Gaines taken advantage of and commits the foul on Reese. Great cover by Reese. The smaller man able to get the inside position on the bigger man. It's been a frustrating evening for Mackenzie Gaines and New Mexico United so far. Locomotive 4 goals in the first 15 minutes, 9 goals in the first half after Carrera's efforts in the 12th minute. That is going to be too far. Possession favoring New Mexico United, and of course El Paso playing with a lead now. 53% for New Mexico United, which is actually kind of the way things have gone. Good cover here on the right-hand side for El Paso by Quesada. He'll roll that into touch. New Mexico United very patient with the ball. They are a team that works for that last second shot. Locomotive, as Bruce keeps, that is going to be intercepted by Ruiz. A little 50-50 ball here, and Amanda Moreno is going to be first to it. Nice interchange with Ruiz. Springs into the attack. Ricky Ruiz ahead, trying to keep a hold of it here. Shot across and wide. Did somebody get a piece? They did not. Goal kick for Tambakis. Locomotive will continue its run of the U.S. Open Cup this coming Wednesday, May 7th. El Paso traveling to face Major League Soccer competition for the first time ever versus Austin FC. 6:30 p.m. Mountain. El Paso did not have an Open Cup win until this season. Hoping to continue that magic on the road versus Austin next Wednesday night. 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup, can you believe? This is a team that's been dumped in the first round of every match they've ever played in America's oldest Cup competition. Exclusively America's, I should point out. Of course, the Stanley Cup has the U.S. Open Cup by a couple of years, not by much. Good effort by New Mexico United. Chipped in, looking for Bruce, and it's headed out of trouble. Great cover at the back, and Ricky Ruiz gets some congratulations from Jamali Waite. It'll be the 4th corner of the night coming for United. United all over that, but it's just wide of the feet of Gaines and headed out of trouble by Ruiz. Here is Akali to take the corner. That's headed down. Looked like Seymour got a piece of that, but Tomasi making sure to clear the danger. Only to Akali, though. Switching places. And another corner earned. Marlon Vegas puts that one out off DeRoma. No, actually, it's a goal kick. No, it is a corner. Vegas, great cut back. In it comes Jamali Waite. Parries it away. Marlon Vegas, beautiful move. And DeRoma looking for the deflection off Akali, did not get it. It'll be another throw for United. Akali slips the pressure. Doesn't slip that challenge, though, by Avila. El Paso can't keep it in play. Rolled around, and basically, if the audio quality isn't crystal clear, well, you don't know what I'm attached to just to be able to speak with you tonight. So our thanks to you for being patient with us this evening. You're on the El Paso Las Cruces CW, KVIA.com, ESPN Plus, however you're watching tonight's game. We're happy to be bringing it to you. And it's been solid so far. Here's Waite. Flag is up on the far side as Waite put it up, and we've got a substitution. Coming off the pitch for United is Mackenzie Gaines. His night is done. He'll be replaced by Chris Gloucester here in the 62nd minute. Here's the switch, United. Dennis Sanchez looking for answers for this United side that has been perplexed by Locomotive all night long. Here's Coronado. That's a challenge. Maples went into that. That's a good keep. Here's a shot rolled straight at Jamali Waite. Daniel Bruce sorted it out. Was able to put in some pressure. The Englishman held at bay by Jamali Waite. Here's Armando Moreno, the former United man. Nice across. Gabi Torres. A little wide of him, but he keeps control of that. That one's deflected. Seymour gets a piece. Fernando trying to keep it in play, and does. But with position, Torres. To Doroma. Well, Daniel Bruce has already provided a spark for New Mexico offensively, which is, of course, why he's on the pitch. But it is El Paso to score first in this second frame. Vegas. Marlon Vegas, good keep. Goes wide past Tomasi. The cross back in. Headed down by Quesada. Trying to control it's Fernando. To no avail. Locomotive timely double team. Coronado and Wahab Akwe. I will say this is, I think, the most athletic lineup Wilmer Cabrera has been able to field so far this season, and it has paid dividends tonight. Locomotive with another goal, as we pointed out, in the 15th or before 15 minutes. We're hearing Calvillo's coming in for Torres for United here shortly. Stambakis, a little pressure. United plays out of it. The switch. Fernando. The Brazilian crosses. Received nicely. Akale. Flag stays down. Akale. Chipped back in. Nobody in yellow nearby. Coronado helps clear the danger. Tambakis trying to keep the pressure on. And it looks like Wahab Akwe has taken a seat. Beto Avila is about ready to be subbed off, and he's put in a shift tonight. And coming on to make his 100th appearance as a Locomotive player will be the defensive midfield general, Eric Calvillo. Special thing to be at a club for any length of time, especially at this level. But a man who won his USL Championship with Orange County a few years back has been in El Paso. This is his 100th match as a Locomotive player. As there we see, Beto Avila, his night is done. Eric Calvillo will take his place. Officially signaled, but Avila still trying to check this out. So we see a recap. Andy Cabrera. You've heard of sticking into the back of the net. I've never actually seen that happen. Reminds me of that scene in The Natural. Take the cover off the ball. Andy Cabrera is having himself a season. Takes the lead in USL Championship play with his 4th goal, and then scores his 5th. And here is Calvillo, officially in. The 100th USL Championship game ever played at Southwest University Park as well. That is regular season, postseason combined. And Eric Calvillo gets his century as he comes on to replace Avila, who has really put in a solid shift tonight. Worked around United. We say we're happy to be bringing this to you this evening. You've heard the expression held together by baling wire. That's kind of us tonight. So, just darn happy to be here. Off along the left side. Knock way. There to clear the danger. First touches for Chris Gloucester as he comes in for Mackenzie Gaines. Good keep, though. It stays on for New Mexico United. Great dribble here. Into the box. Vegas trying to make it happen. Akwe and Daroma help clear it out. Up the right-hand side, there's Moreno. Keeps it in play and commits the foul on Gloucester. Well, it's been a real contrast as we hit the 69th minute here tonight in El Paso between Locomotive FC and a New Mexico United team that just doesn't give up goals. Look, defensively coming in. We'll wait for that just a bit. Good switch. Played nicely, Wahab Akwe. Fernando, almost the recipient of Gloucester's beautiful little touch cross. And Daroma and Fernando go into it. That will be out off of Daroma and a throw-in coming for New Mexico United. Well, I saw the referee point in New Mexico United's offensive direction. It's actually a free kick. Still, though, referee not pointing the way that free kick will be taken. So it's Fernando committing the foul over the top. First to it. Torres does well to stretch out. Can't find and connect with Moreno on that cross. But here is Moreno on the other side to the byline. Good challenge by Gloucester. Moreno. Calvillo. Daroma. Nicely played. Looking for it. The shot deflected. Loose ball and just over the top. Tambakis with Calvillo challenging. Calvillo did miss it over the bar. No touch. And a goal kick. Again, though, so well worked by Locomotive and Calvillo. Fresh onto the scene. Boy, what a way to crown your 100th appearance for the club. Would have been nice to see. But Locomotive, you look as that's just played out. That is a miscommunication. Locomotive with a throw. It's almost interchangeable. You never know who's going to spring up. Is it going to be Beto Avila, who's now being rested in favor of Calvillo? Is it going to be Torres, Quesada, Ricky Ruiz, Andy Cabrera? All have had a touch. And pick your poison. Off to the left side, here is Torres. Torres slings one in, and that's almost touched. Andy Cabrera inches away from a possible hat trick. It just doesn't matter for New Mexico United as of yet who Locomotive has been able to put out there. But here is Bruce. Nice cutback for the Englishman. Bruce crosses. That's going to be backheeled out of trouble by Ruiz. A bit risky, but that was firm. Well taken because of Cale lurking. And here's El Paso on the counterattack. Moreno taken down and chipped away. That's Kalen Ryden with a great challenge. A couple of former teammates going at it there. Locomotive will earn the corner kick. Just their second of the match. 5 corners on the evening for United. Just 1 for El Paso. But El Paso coming into this has been so good on set pieces this year. 4 corner kick goals. Or 4 goals off of corner kicks, either primary or secondary actions. 9 corner kick goals. Apologies there. Short corner that's headed back out. One timed in by Cabrera, but it's blocked away. And here comes Seymour on the counter. Trying to start it to Bruce, and it's just overrun. El Paso's midfield, as we've pointed out, has just feasted tonight on anything United has tried to pull up the middle. That was Quesada running it down. Along the right-hand side, Torres. Torres has a go. Launches that one. Well over and nearly takes out the Peter Piper Pizza porch. Believe it or not, over the 7 seasons of Locomotive soccer, no El Paso player has ever scored a hat trick. Of course, under Mark Lowry, Locomotive looked a little bit like Dennis Sanchez's New Mexico United. That's well done by Akale, but Locomotive making sure that Akale had a 2-man escort, and here is Ruiz to blast the switch out to the right side. Bruce to bring it back down. Rolls that one up nicely. Here's Vegas. Back and forth. Bruce. Great challenge by Jamali Waite. Daniel Bruce has proved to be a handful, but so far no breakthrough. And Jamali Waite, the Jamaican international. And there are multiple Locomotive players who are gassed. And I think those are the gentlemen being subbed out right here. Memo Diaz comes in to replace Alvaro Quesada here in the 75th minute. And Gabby Torres comes off as well. They've both put in a shift. So Torres and Palermo Ortiz making his way back into the lineup for Locomotive after injury. Also coming in, Jackson Dubois to replace Zico Bailey for United. And Thomas Among about ready to come in as well. He'll replace Will Seymour here in the 75th minute. Jamali Waite there to handle business on the restart. Andy Cabrera in minutes 12 and 51 has given Locomotive a 2-0 lead. Multiple goals again here at Southwest University Park. Setting new records every time they score in front of the home crowd. Coronado. Up into the middle with Calvillo. There's Memo Diaz, his first touches of the night. Former New Mexico Player of the Year out of Gadsden. Nicely done. Ruiz gets a push, and that is... I'm surprised there's no card for that. It's just a shove in the back. Talon Maples, it's been frustrating, obviously, for United. Cabrera still getting out of that. But I am really surprised the Talon Maples stays out of the book. And actually, he was booked in the 15th minute. That might be why Thomas Snyder has elected not to send him off. But very obvious and cynical foul right in front of the area. And here is Cabrera, along with Calvillo. Right foot or left foot to challenge Tambakis, who sets his wall. No fifth clean sheet for Tambakis. Here's Cabrera. Elects to go for that left corner, but could not slot it through. And two more substitutions coming here for Dennis Sanchez. So Zico Bailey. And we'll see more off here in the 78th minute. Jackson Dubois is on for United. Well, we talked about it before. You look at the comparisons between these teams. That was blocked away. Coronado in on that. Picked up by Ryden. Akale back. Locomotive sweeps that down and earns the foul. El Paso has a knack for getting in front of things, and New Mexico has simply found no way through. Armando Moreno. Locomotive putting their bodies on the line tonight to make it happen. But you look at this stat sheet coming into tonight. Locomotive, 13 goals conceded this season. Across the way, New Mexico United, this was before the match, 4 in league play, 6 in all competitions. 4 goals allowed in championship action, but Locomotive has 2 from Andy Cabrera tonight and is sitting pretty as we hit the 80th minute. Will that stay the case? Another thing Locomotive does not have, as that will roll out for a goal kick, is a clean sheet for that man, Jamali Waite. Outstanding Jamaican international. Locomotive gave him a few clean sheets last season. New Mexico United leading the all-time series 7-6-6 in 20 total matches. Locomotive looking for its 7th overall victory here tonight. That includes Open Cup. There was one Open Cup match and one, of course, playoff battle. El Paso winning that in penalties to go on to the Western Conference Finals in 2020. Of a dark year in New Mexico United history, of course, through the COVID-19 pandemic. Everything shut down in New Mexico and they had no home games. Technically, they played home games, including here in El Paso. They had a couple as the home team, but Locomotive able to open up Southwest University Park and continue its season. New Mexico United spent all of 2020 on the road, except for that first match of the season. Everybody got one in the championship before the world kind of shut down. Here's Vegas. That is a foul. Getting a piece of Vegas is Aman, who's just onto the pitch. Basically his first action of the game. Calvillo. Well, Locomotive has earned it tonight. Lots of Locomotive players have found their way onto the pitch, courtesy of the physicality. And really, I think the most cynical play out there was Talon Maples shoving the back, and that wasn't even, well, we'll just say it wasn't Yuma and Santi Muar in 2019, followed by Suggsy. A name I know will bring a smile to many United fans' face. Far cry from that. And New Mexico, well, after Bruce came on at the start of the first half, things have really shut down for United, and El Paso's defense has done a fine job. But Palermo Ortiz on the pitch for El Paso. Eighth Notch trying to start the festivities here on a Saturday night in El Paso, Texas. The turnover created, Coronado. Jeroma out to the right, Cabrera. Andy Cabrera hits in, he's got a hat trick! Andy Cabrera with Locomotive's first ever hat trick goal in the 83rd minute. That young man has brought his shooting boots this season. Locomotive takes a 3-0 lead as Cabrera simply guides it past Tambakis inside the far post. It's never happened before in Locomotive FC history. One player with 3 goals. You would have thought as many braces as the orthodontist Jerome Kiesewetter had in his season with Locomotive FC, that he might have been the man. He was not. Andy Cabrera gets his reward, and Locomotive FC with the 3-0 lead. Andy Cabrera, the first ever hat trick in Locomotive history. Incredible. As we were saying earlier, it used to be that Locomotive simply didn't score that much. They didn't give up that much under Mark Lowry. Of course, a couple of offensive-minded coaches in John Hutchinson. Very offensive-minded, as you might think, but didn't happen under him either. It has tonight. Wilmer Cabrera. And that's going to be a foul as Lindsay taken down, and New Mexico United with a free kick in a dangerous spot. Ricky Reese getting a talking to by Thomas Snyder, our referee tonight. We pointed out before, anything right outside the 18 on that corner, it's almost like a scratch shot in pool. You want to be very careful how you touch the ball. Roberto Coronado about ready to be subbed off. Along with Alvaro Quesada. Frank Lopez about ready to make it on for Andy Cabrera. So it is a Kale. Standing over the ball. Vegas out there as well. It'll be a Kale in swinger over the top and nodded over the crossbar. They got Talon Maples flashing out of the middle again, but Maples, both of his opportunities, actually one he didn't get to, the other one goes over the top. It'll be Tumimo Shaban actually coming on for Robert Coronado, and that is apparently going to happen right now. So Robert Coronado has been everywhere he's needed to be. Such a solid presence. And he and Andy Cabrera give Cabrera his curtain call. Cabrera with the hat trick for the first time in Locomotive history. Tumi Moshaban comes on to replace Coronado, and it will be Frank Lopez to replace Cabrera. Lopez battling injuries as he came into El Paso and conditioning. Has only seen action, I believe, in one other game for Locomotive FC. Leading scorer for Miami FC last season with 7 goals, but has struggled for fitness here in El Paso. So good to see Frank in the lineup for Locomotive. That is headed down nicely, but Jamali Waite firmly on the scene. Thomas Among gets his head to it. Handshakes all around with the Locomotive coaching staff. You see Ivan Mesa, the goalkeeper coach, Massimo Borlina, strength and performance. Here is Akale. That's a bit of a 50-50 ball, and Reese, rather. Yep, Reese there to make sure it stays in Locomotive's hold. Here's Daroma. There's that move again. You think you have him, but you don't. The great switch. Out to the right-hand side. In easily for Tambakis. Memo Diaz trying to find somebody in the middle in blue. Into the 89th minute here in El Paso, Locomotive with a 3-0 lead courtesy of Andy Cabrera's 3 goals. I think we know who our star of the match is going to be, our estrella of the match. Cleared out by Diaz, does well to keep it in play. Looking for Moreno, who is taken down and earns the foul. The former United man has really done a job tonight against his old team. No goals to show for it, but he'll be very happy with the win. As Fernando, the Brazilian midfielder, with the takedown. Into the 90th minute here. Time wasting. Looks like it's going to be 6 minutes of stoppage time, as I believe that yellow card came out for time wasting, and it's on Wahab Akwe, who was standing over the ball and left off. Thomas Snyder's going to put him into the book as he gives way to Palermo Ortiz. Good work on the keep here, Jay Seiss, or pardon me, Jackson Dubois. Back to Tambakis. New Mexico United 2-1-0 coming into this match away, and there's the official signal. 6 minutes of stoppage time. So still time, but United's got to put the pedal to the metal right here. Tomasi's been a great presence in the middle. Getting out of that, though, Vegas, good keep. Rounds the turn. Good work by Tomasi, and here's Daroma. Daroma slips the pressure from Dubois. Goodness gracious. Along the left-hand side, Palermo Ortiz switches. That'll bounce to Lopez. Lopez onto that left foot, deflected. Tambakis gets it. Good cover by the Greek. As we near the 2nd minute of stoppage time, Locomotive Just one blemish on that United record in league play, and that was at the start of the season on the road in Sacramento. Long switch across the way. Popped over. Fernando. That's going to be a foul called on Gloucester, who cannot believe that he's going into the book, but indeed he is. Too physical, and it's Memo Diaz who's still down. As Gloucester sees the caution here in the 92nd minute. Memo Diaz. Gloucester whistled for kind of leading with his elbow, I guess, to the back of Memo Diaz's head. Nothing really untoward in that challenge. It was just a hard challenge. Nonetheless, Gloucester goes into the book. And Locomotive will have the restart here. On the restart, it'll come to Tambakis. So Saturday, March 8th, Sacramento Republic, 2-1 winners over New Mexico United. Locomotive has won every other match they have played in league action until tonight. Here is Bruce. Vegas to Akale. Akale slips it top. Bruce lays off. Wait with another huge save off Vegas. Bruce keeps the danger alive. To the back for Gloucester. Good cover by Ortiz in the switch. Dubois to Akale. Akale, 1 against 3, able to get to Vegas. Deflected forward and an easy keep for Jamali Waite. Jamali Waite hasn't had a whole lot to do tonight, but when he's been called upon, he's been there. Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship from the Academy. There's Waite. Oh, my. It's a turnover created. That's going to be a foul on Thomas Among. And Jamali Waite is hurt. And now things kind of get a little chippy. Fernando, who's been frustrated all night long. The pushing and shoving. His weight was down, and of course, Memo Diaz there to try and help his teammate, but Fernando still trying to shove Tomasi away. There's Among. Waite was waiting for that. Clearly on the replay. Knew that the challenge would come, and yeah, he's making the most of it. Let's be honest. But of course the frustrations mount, and Fernando having to be separated first by Locomotive and now by his own teammates. Thomas Among there to try and make sure the netminder was all right, but Jamali Waite lived up to his name. We see Dennis Sanchez. It has been a frustrating evening for the visitors. Wow. Oh, yellow card for Kalen Ryden and Among, apparently, after all of that. So, Into the 97th minute we go. I'm sure there will be a little bit more based on all the stoppages here in stoppage time. But eighth notch giving New Mexico United the 3-0. That's a great bit of defending by Ortiz. Slips in front of Among. And another corner for United. Lofted into the far post. Lifted out by Reese. Away from Dubois. We're still going. Brought down. Fernando pushes Acque out of the way, and Waite falls on top of that. And that is it. 3-0 Locomotive FC. Their first league win over New Mexico United in 3 years. Their second consecutive if you count the U.S. Open Cup. And the hat trick by Andy Cabrera gives Locomotive a memorable win. We are happy to be on the air to celebrate it with you for Locomotive fans, at least here in the second half. Amazing work. Wilmer Cabrera with handshakes for his New Mexico United counterparts. And for just the second time this season, New Mexico United comes up on the short end of the stick. We'll be back to wrap things up after this. 3-0 Locomotive. GECU, physical, GECU, Estrella.
So your physical is in the 24th minute, Frank Daroma.
Okay.
Yep. Save of the game, Jamali Waite in the 61st. That was the one right here.
Okay.
And then Cabrera, obviously, Estrella the match.
Gotcha.
I'll leave this with you. He scored in the 12th, 51st, and 83rd. I'll leave that.
Got it. And I'll look up here for my stuff. So. Oi. Who's the guy who's executive producing? Who's the EP tonight? We don't. That's fine. Okay. Welcome back to Southwest University Park. A victorious evening for the home side again. 3-0. All the goals scored by Andy Cabrera. Duke Keith along for the ride with you here from Southwest University Park, and what a ride it has been tonight as we see the replays, and Andy Cabrera being celebrated by his teammates and by Eighth Notch here this evening. So let's take a look at our physical play of the match. Andy Cabrera goes down. As you might expect, he is our estrella of the match. Here's your physical play of the match, courtesy of Physical Therapy Balance and Hand Centers. And speaking of balance, look at Frank Daroma, the perfect man for this award. Physical Therapy Balance, no hands, except to earn the foul. Followed by your GECU save of the match. As we take a look at downtown El Paso, Texas. Vegas, great cutback. Jamali Waite puts it down. Your GECU save of the match from the Jamaican international. Jamali Waite, called upon especially late, and gets his first clean sheet of the season for Locomotive FC. We take a look at the beautifully restored Plaza Hotel in downtown El Paso. And we will be headed down to the pitch to talk with our estrella of the match, Andy Cabrera, here very, very shortly. He's got to take some pictures first. Andy Cabrera, you can tell by that jersey, he's put in a shift this evening. The first ever Locomotive player to score a hat trick in Locomotive history. Andy Cabrera taking selfies with the crowd, pictures all around. He will be our estrella of the match. Let's take a look at the final stats tonight. As you see, 21 shots for Locomotive to 8 for New Mexico United. 8 of those on target, 5 for United. The possession, as you might expect, playing from behind, favored New Mexico, which usually dominates in possession anyway. 7 corners to 2. Just 2 offside flags tonight, and they were both on Locomotive, but the one that counts is the one at the top. 3-0, all goals scored by Andy Cabrera. Amazing work by Cabrera, who notches goals in the 12th, 51st, and 83rd minutes tonight, as Locomotive earns the victory. El Paso improves its record to 3-2-3. They remain undefeated at home, but even their record 2-0-2. That's, well, not even their record, but it's 2 wins to go along with the 2 draws, and send New Mexico to a 2-2 record in this early season. It was a dominant effort. The score reflects the work, as there is Andy Cabrera, who makes his way to go for the interview. As we take a look at some of the highlights from his goals. Gabi Torres, that was the first in the 12th minute of action. Cabrera appreciates the feed, a headed goal by a forward known for his feet, but that wouldn't be all. Sorts this one out nicely and sticks it literally into the corner of the net. Andy Cabrera makes it 2-0 Locomotive. That was in minute 51, followed by his hat-trick goal, the first ever in Locomotive FC history. Andy Cabrera gets a step on his man, puts it by Ryden and by Tambakis and in to the far left-hand side. Amazing work, and the first hat-trick we've ever seen for Locomotive FC. Now let's head down to interview our estrella of the match. Andy Cabrera celebrating in front of Eighth Notch and our estrella of the match, as you would expect, with the hat trick tonight, the first ever in Locomotive history. Just remains for all of us to thank all of the fine folks who helped us out this evening. We're still here. We've survived an earthquake. We've survived technical difficulties. My thanks to my producer, Colin Deaver, and all of the fine Mountain Star Sports Group people here to get us up and on the air. Your final score again tonight: Locomotive FC 3, New Mexico United 0. For all of us here in El Paso, I'm Duke Keith. So long, everybody.